Hi guys, it's Marianne, the Frugal Chef. Why don't we make a Mocha tres leches today? You know, instead of the regular tres leches cake, we're going to make a chocolate cake, and then we are going to put some coffee in our milks. I promise you, this is absolutely divine. I also want to explain that I made this video 3 times. The first 2 times, we never made it to the end of the video because, you know, I had people over, the cakes got eaten. So, and I didn't want to redo most of the footage. So you're gonna see me in 3 different. Yeah, I'm dressed differently. In one of them I have manicured nails, and the other one I don't. So that's what's going on with this cake. It's all the same thing. It's just very different days. It's that good. We couldn't keep our hands off it. So let's make this. The first thing we need to do for our cake is line a cake pan with some parchment paper. I do not have parchment paper here, so I'm using the inside of a lunch bag. They're wider here than they are in the United States. You know, you can use the inside of a paper bag, a grocery paper bag, also if you can't find parchment paper. There's a little tip for you. So basically what I did is I buttered the pan, and then I put the paper in it and buttered the paper, okay? I have an oven heating at 350 degrees. Next we need to sift our dry ingredients. I have 2/3 cup of flour in here, a 1/3 cup of dark cocoa powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, okay? I'm just gonna mix this. Next, you're going to separate 5 eggs that are at room temperature. You want to put the yolks in the bigger bowl because this is where we're going to finish our cake, and the whites in the smaller bowl. Important that your eggs be at room temperature, guys, so plan ahead and take them out early. We're going to start beating the egg yolks until they're a little creamy, couple minutes, just like this. Now I'm going to add 3/4 cups of sugar to this, and we're going to mix it. Mix it until it's nice and creamy like this. Couple more minutes, maybe 3. So now I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of milk and a teaspoon of vanilla to this and mix it for about a minute. This milk is whole, by the way. Okay, now I'm going to wash my beater so that we can beat our egg whites. Okay, now we'll beat these until they're forming soft peaks. Now that it's frothy like that, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar and continue beating it until it starts forming soft peaks. See those peaks in there? This is how you want your egg whites to be. This took about, I would say, about 5 minutes. Okay, now we're going to start alternating our flour and our egg whites into our egg yolks. We're going to do it in 3 times, and we're going to mix it in with our spatula. Okay, so that's a 1/3 of the cocoa. Just going to whisk that in. And I'm going to fold in a 1/3 of my egg whites. This we're going to fold in carefully. Alright, now we'll add another 1/3 of the flour. Another 1/3 of the egg whites. And the rest of our flour. Finally, the rest of our egg whites. Okay, now let's pour our batter into our pan. This is going to cook fairly fast. So within 20 minutes, I want you to test it with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, or a cake pin or whatever you have, and if it comes out clean, then you know, it's ready. Don't overcook this, it will ruin the cake. So now we're just gonna tap this very lightly against the counter. All right, let's bake this. There, my friends, is our cake. It took exactly 20 minutes on the dot. You know, every oven is different, so it might take a little longer. Please do not overbake this. As I told you, you will ruin it. It's beautiful, it's nice and moist. We're gonna let it cool down completely. All right, guys, all I did was flip over the cake pan onto a bigger pan so that we can remove the paper. So now I'm very carefully going to remove that paper. Okay, we're going to put it back in the cake pan. Just like this. Okay, we're ready to put the liquid in it. I have a cup of whipping cream in here, a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and a 14.5-ounce can of evaporated milk. I'm going to add a tablespoon of instant coffee to this. So we'll mix it in until it dissolves in there. All right, so now we want this to start coming to a boil. Just start, and we'll turn off the heat. I'm going to cool it down a little bit, and then we'll put it on our cake. So now I'm just going to make holes with a skewer in my cake. You can use a fork, you can use a toothpick if you want. I'm going to start ladling our liquid into the cake. You know, don't worry about this being too much liquid. It's not. The cake is going to absorb it perfectly fine. So we're going to wait just a little bit. Give that a chance to, you know, settle in, and we'll keep on pouring the rest of the liquid like this. So I'm going to do this with this whole pot and come back to you. I'm going to cover this with plastic, and I'm going to refrigerate it for 6 hours, and then we're going to finish it. You can make this overnight if you want to get ahead of yourself. That's fine. And if you don't have 6 hours, the minimum this should be in the fridge is 2. Okay, you really want to give this a chance to absorb all that liquid. Let's work on the topping for our cake. I have 1.5 cups of whipping cream in this bowl. I'm just going to whip this until it starts getting stiff. Now that it's starting to stiffen, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. See, now it's nice and stiff. So now we can put it on our cake. Now we're going to just sift a little bit of cocoa on top. Our cake is ready. All right, let's check this out. Look at that. Oh man, doesn't that look absolutely and totally amazing? Oh yum, this is really good. The cake is so moist. I hope you guys try this. I think you're gonna love it, love it, love it. So let's try it. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know. This tastes kind of like going to heaven. I will have this recipe on the website, waiting for you guys to come and print it. Make sure you check out all the other desserts we have. We have lots of desserts. You will, my friends, without going broke. I'm gonna see you soon.